So here's Mrs. E-Bike on the trusty old ride culture, and we're off down this quieter road to see the dam, which is quite popular. It's a weekend, it's the 28th of August, and it's quite popular with locals to come out here in the evening and watch the sunset. Those little Japanese caravans just past us. People out on bicycles tonight. Comfortable on this bike. If you've seen my 7 modifications video that I recommend, these high-rise handlebars I put on, they're actually a great idea because you're no longer hunched over with your neck and shoulders bent over, so it's much more comfortable. So glad I did the handlebar riser. This is the first day it stopped raining in about a week. I've been back about a week because I actually spent 3 weeks traveling around North America, all around the western states, from Montana all the way down to Arizona, which borders Mexico, of course. Arizona is the southernmost state out of the ones we visited, and over to the Oregon coast and Washington coast, and I saw lots of national parks, and they're quite different than the Thai ones, because Thai ones are very small. They have like a park set up for one waterfall, and then you pay your money and you see one waterfall. But the American ones are just so huge. I went to the first ever national park in the world, which is Yellowstone, and I've been to Zion, which was amazing. Never been there before. It's like, oh my god, it's so Instagram worthy. And all the way down to the Grand Canyon, which is also spectacular. And they've been having rain in America this summer too. A lot of rain in the flash floods in the desert areas. But mostly it was hot, of course, being in the desert southwest. But not as hot as Thailand. I mean, it could be hotter temperature-wise, but humidity-wise, Thailand really is hotter. Even if it's 32 here and humid, it's going to be hot, feel hotter than it is in the desert at 40 degrees Celsius. Buffalo. So I was really impressed with Zion and Grand Canyon, of course. Grand Canyon is just the, you know, it's the bucket list place to go, right? But Zion, which is relatively small, I mean, driving through it from east to west like I did, I think you could probably do that in half an hour if you don't stop. But of course you've got to stop, you've got to see the sights. But it's got this hike, which is the most amazing in North America, or most dangerous, they say, Angel's Landing, and you've got to make reservations for that, so I didn't do it. But just amazing national park in Zion. If you get a chance to go through Utah has got some amazing national parks. Anyway, it's a beautiful evening. It's not too hot today. It's been raining almost every day, but today's sunny again, which is good. But the clouds are keeping it cooler. And if anyone wants to see it, I've got a really good video of driving through Zion. It's not e-biking. We did some biking in Grand Canyon on bicycles. And they did have e-bikes, but they were quite expensive to rent. But if anyone wants to see Zion, I can put a video up of driving the mighty FJ Cruiser through Zion National Park. Maybe change the theme of the channel a bit. like biking and traveling around the world. Not just e-biking, but biking and motorbiking. Actually, I've done a few motorbike trips since I've been back. I went up to the mountains on a motorbike, and there's lots of landslides where the mud and rocks just came down these mountains and hills in Thailand when it rains heavily. So if you want to see some motorcycling, I could always start putting some motorcycling videos up on my channel. But everything is green, which is good. It's been raining, so it's green. It's actually been a very green year. Lots of rain this year. Very little smoke pollution. There's a horse. Horse. Very green summer. Around here in the spring it tends to get smoky, but this year no smoke because of all the rains. Every week or two it would rain and put out any fires, so the smoke levels never got very dangerous. And in a couple of months it'll start cooling down, and November, December can be quite cool. If you go up in the mountains, you see people wearing hats and gloves, which is, yeah, it's a bit funny because it's not that cold. It could be 17 degrees Celsius. But for Thai people, they feel that's really, really cold. It's like freezing point for them. So they wear hats and gloves and jackets. But they don't really know what cold is, because it never gets, never snows here, of course, and never gets below 5 degrees Celsius maybe. At the highest point of Thailand it might get down to 0 occasionally, but that's quite rare. Today is probably about 30 behind, 29, 30. And it's evening now, it's heading towards sunset, so we'll enjoy this nice cooler evening. There. Not for me though, I don't like tattoos. So I won't be doing any videos there, unfortunately. Having been away for a month in total, and having spent 7,000 kilometers on the roads in 8 states and 2 provinces in 17 days, I'm curious to see how the water level in the dam has risen. When I left last month in July, it was quite low. It's been raining, but not enough to really fill the dam, but I've heard it's quite high now, so we'll see. This is the reason for this little micro adventure tonight, to go out and see the dam. And it's good to see that the country has opened up finally and people are traveling. I flew across the Pacific on fairly full airplanes, in fact. Japan has opened up. You can transit through Japan with no PCR tests. Taiwan opened up when I left. I think of the day I left, it was the first day you could transit through Taiwan with no PCR testing. And overall it was quite good flights. Even coming back, for some reason the Thai international flight from Japan was almost empty. I don't know why that was, because all the other flights were completely full. So the only time I could lay out on a row of seats was coming from Japan to Bangkok. And then coming from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, it was full on Thai Smile. And the interesting thing now with going to Chiang Mai is that your bags are checked all the way through to the destination. Normally you pick them up in Bangkok and do a domestic flight, but not anymore. You actually get your bags checked all the way. You go through immigration in Bangkok, but you do your customs in Chiang Mai as an international passenger, which was quite interesting. This is a new measure they've introduced to make it easier, I guess, because you used to, if you were laid over in Bangkok like I was for 12 hours, then you basically have to collect your bags normally and go through customs and immigration together in Bangkok, but not anymore. What you do is you go through immigration and your bags, you don't get them until you land in Chiang Mai. So it did make it easier. I did like that fact that they do that now. It makes it easier for travelers. Unless you need your bags for some reason overnight in Bangkok. I didn't need anything for my bags, fortunately. That's something to bear in mind in case you were thinking you have to pick up your bags in Bangkok. Up this hill, 56 kilometers an hour, and we're accelerating up the hill. That's the beauty of the Suron. It's got this great acceleration. So look at that cloud. That's a cumulonimbus. Probably not going to give any rain tonight because it's the end of the day. It's not quite a cumulonimbus. It could have been if it was hotter and wetter, more humid today, but it's actually not too humid, thankfully. Oh yeah, but the water's up a lot. Oh yeah, let's take a photo of this one. This is up quite a bit. And take a beautiful photo here, and we'll head over to that suspension bridge. But I can already see that there's normally a lot of sandy shoreline here, which has disappeared in the last month. Maybe about 100 feet of shoreline has been swallowed up down here. The water, yeah, quite a bit actually. There basically was a beach under the dam here, which is gone now. It's almost covered up to the bushes. There used to be, from the bushes down there would be like 100 feet of shoreline. So this is good news. We don't have any water shortage. Now in North America, in the West at least, it's the opposite, because they've had the biggest drought in 23 years going on, 23 years of drought, and Lake Mead at Hoover Dam, which I also saw, has dried up quite a bit. Here's a restaurant for fish. Fish restaurant. Looks like it's opened up. Got a few customers tonight. Lake Mead, of course, supplies a lot of hydroelectric power. And they could end up with what's called a dead pool, where there's no water that can flow through the dam, through the turbines. So they're in a critical situation, or will be, if it doesn't rain a lot in the next few months. So these cars are parked here because normally they park down on the shore a bit. So they had to park up here on the road, it looks like. Which is new. New situation. As is this water coming down the hill. Oh yeah, the water's up to the edge here, which is interesting. That's a new thing. Oh, look at this. All the boats are up here next to the road now. Wow. There's a boat up there on the hill too. Lots of water now. Yeah. Stray dogs. It's like a different reservoir now. This Mae Kuang Dam was quite a bit low for the last few years that I've been coming here, and now it's completely changed. All these cars up here on the side of the road now. Anyway, we're heading over to the suspension bridge. There's always couples over here doing, oh my god, it's a beautiful Instagram picture kind of place to go in the evening. And I see there's a few people there tonight because it's a weekend. They've come out, see the sunset, take their photos. Stray dogs are out tonight too. So here's the suspension bridge. Which is always a nice place to come to see the dam. Like that. Isn't that beautiful? Looks like some rain in the distance. That's a good place to stop for a picture. So yeah, it's a beautiful evening out here. People are enjoying themselves, doing photos and camping and stuff, fishing. And looks like with these deep ruts here too that they've had some rain coming down the road here from the hills. So there has been some flooding even here. But the road is in fairly good nick other than these deep ruts. The great thing with the Suron is the suspension just soaks up all this bumpy stuff. Probably have to wait here for a few minutes for Mrs. E-Bike to catch up, because she doesn't have the suspension we do, and she's way behind, like a mile behind. Anyway, there's a soy dog, stray dog, living out here in the wild. He must be fed by the fishermen and stuff, I guess. Here she comes. But beautiful place for sunset, as you can see. It's just gorgeous to go to the restaurant here. There's one on each side of this dam. There's a fish restaurant on this side, and there's a fish restaurant over by that white building on the other shore. The puddles are not too bad, but the water over here shows you they've been having some water coming down these mountainsides, and that can lead to rock slides, of course, if it's steep. In fact, this might have been a bit of a rock slide here. Yes, it was, because over here there's rocks on the road. More puddles. So there we have what I think they call the left dam for some reason, because there's a right side too. That's right and the left. I don't know how they come up with it. Maybe it says you look at the river going downstream. This will be on the left, I think. I don't know why they don't use east or west. That would be logical, right? East dam, west dam. Still haven't found the damn bait shop here, so I don't know. If you know where the damn bait shop is, let me know in the comments below. That's a Hoover Dam joke for those in the know. If you like classic movies from the 70s, is it 70s or 80s? Classic movies from the 70s or 80s. The damn bait shop. Let me know in the comments below. Look at that classic Volkswagen Camper van. That's nice. Or is it a new one? It looks like a new one. Did Volkswagen start making camper vans again? From the front it looked like the old classic from the 60s. But from the side it looked like a new vehicle. I can see Instagrammers are here. When they dress up to come to the dam, you know they're doing Instagram. Dragonflies. Soy dogs. And this road is blocked off, I know, at the end, about a mile. For some reason this goes around to the other dam, but they block it off with a barrier, I think. And there's lots of dogs around here. But I'll show you where the restaurant is. There's a good fish restaurant. I think it's slightly better maybe than the other one on the other side, just from personal experience. But just on the right up here is a turn off to the other restaurant, fish restaurant. Looks like a tent on top of the truck. Some runners. Lady on a tricycle. There's the restaurant down there. You take this road down. And then you can come back up where that truck's coming up. But yeah, this one's blocked off as usual. I never see them open this barrier. I don't know why. Beautiful evening. It's lovely, the cool temperature now, and the shade is just perfect. There's mud on my back from the puddles we went through, because the Suron does throw a lot of mud on your back. There is a longer rear mud guard that people can buy. However, it's not really recommended, as most people say it doesn't work very well anyway, and they easily break if you drop the bike. So I'm sticking with the standard OEM stock short mud guard on the back. uphill is where the Suron excels. Because the ride culture does get up to around 50 kilometers an hour maximum speed, but on the hills it will lose a lot compared to the Suron. They're totally different bikes, of course, but I do love having this acceleration going uphill. So I'll take you over to the right dam. This one's called the left one, I think. So I'll take you to the other side, where there's a kind of a visitor center or something. Some kind of government offices anyway over here. The sun goes in my eyes, I can't see a thing at the moment, but we take the right branch here and then the right branch again, so you keep going right on this road that came into the dam area, because these other roads basically don't go anywhere as far as I remember. They call this the main dam. I don't remember a pond being here. Maybe that's filled up. And that's definitely filled up too, down there. Dogs come out to eat the food. Some people put on the road some rice for the dogs. Every night someone comes out, or some people come out with their cars and they just dump food that they haven't eaten for the dogs, which is nice. I think it's only open in a week. It's kind of a government office, probably. It's got the flags for the king and everything, or picture the princesses and stuff. So it's government. off again, you see, at this barrier. So you really can't go around the back roads unless you have a bicycle you can lift over these barriers. This is the spillway, I guess. It hasn't been spilled. No, it's not flowing through at the moment. However, it looks like there's water down there, so it must have been in the past few days having some spillway action. It's normally dry down there when I look down here and the other times, but right now it's like a pond. So water's been coming through. I don't quite know how, because it wouldn't be that high, would it? But the visibility is great. Clean air today. Some kind of shrine here too. Buddha in the jungle. This would be a good place for camping. What if they let you put a tent here overnight? This would be a good place to camp. That would be a good place to camp over there.
Yeah.
Flat ground, grassy.
Flat ground, but it's lot less people camp here. See bird?
Yep. Gonna see these birds. I saw a cockatiel and a parrot, and they were letting them fly around. Always something going on, isn't there? Posing for outlaw biker. Outlaw Biker magazine. I don't know.
นั่นแหละพี่ก็ปวดหัวอยู่น่ะSubject come here Stop Im หัวขาดอิบเอาอิบไปคอน
ว้าว
หันน้องไปเลยขึ้นตัว
Just a good micro adventure this evening. I encourage you to do the same. Get out, enjoy nature, enjoy the scenery around your local area. We didn't have to drive very far to get here. As I said, it's about 20 kilometers northeast of the city. It takes you about 20 minutes to get out here on 118. And once you're here, it's just beautiful. Don't see many mosquitoes yet. With all the rain, I think there'll be a few as soon as it gets dark though. Some lotus flowers in the pond here. Those are lotuses, sacred to the Buddhist temples. They often give those flowers as like an offering or display them in the temples. And there is a barrier here. I don't know when they close it off. They used to do it during the COVID years. Close it off at night. I don't know if you are stopped from coming at night. Because there are people that come through from the villages north of here. I don't know how they can block the road for them. Football is going on. Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool are all very popular teams here. They do like their British football. And after you come through that checkpoint with the barrier, then you come straight back out to this main fast road that goes out to the 118. So I'm going to close this video here. Because it's just the straight road coming in off the main highway 118. Good place to stop and wait for Mrs. eBikes. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of video blog, and we'll see you next time.